What's up, guys? Eric here. You got Chris right here. I'm ready to roll today. Let's do it. So we are back for another episode on the Chris and Eric Show, embracing the new era of fitness. And this is episode 7, numero 7. And what we're talking about today is our 2 top flexible exercise secrets. And what do we have in store for you today?
I don't know. What do you mean secrets or store for you?
What is the breakdown?
I don't know if it's going to sound that. I don't know. We're going to give you guys 2 secrets for flexible exercise. We're ready to rock and roll. Eric's going to give you secret number 1. I'm going to give you secret number 2. I'm not going to waste any more time.
And we might even throw in a bonus secret. I don't know. I was just trying to throw this guy off, be funny, but obviously Chris is not having it today.
He threw me off. Man, I was like, what is he talking about? What does he want me to say?
No humor. Now you guys know where the humor comes from. Goodness gracious. Okay, guys. So let's get into this. We're going to talk about our top 2 flexible exercise secrets for you guys. So I'll start with the first one, and Chris is going to start with the second one, because we're always trying to keep in the context of training, nutrition, mindset, personal development, and lifestyle, right? That's what everything is geared towards on the new era of fitness. So today we're going to be talking more about flexible exercise and training concepts. So the first one I want to talk about, the first secret to flexible exercise that I like to go by is adapt to your environmental factors. So there's a lot of different things. There's a lot of different ways to look at this in the context of environmental factors. So that could be your stress levels, your sleep. It could be the gym atmosphere that you're going around into. It could be your support system. It could be your nutrition, training. There's so many different variables when it comes to your environmental factors. And just think about this. It all plays a role into your actual training program. Just think about it. Let's break it down with stress and sleep. If stress is very, very elevated, how do you really think that you're going to perform in the gym? You're going to be overly stressed. You're going to get a little more anxiety when you go into the gym. Maybe possibly because it's rush hour. Maybe it's just out of your element. So that stress is going to increase even more. So you're going to feel tight. You're going to feel just agitated. You're not going to want to sit there and go train in the gym. You're going to want to get in and get out. Let's say sleep was off, right? Bad sleep is gonna offset your hormones, okay? It could be your hunger hormones, it could be leptin, it could be a lot of different things. But from a physiological standpoint, if your sleep is off, you're gonna perform like shit the next day, and you're gonna feel like shit the next day, plain and simple. And I know you've been there. We've all had bad sleeping cases. So going into the gym with bad sleep, like maybe 4 hours, 5 hours, your performance level is just not gonna be there. It's not. So think about your environmental factors, when it comes to your actual training program. Make sure that all that stuff is set in place. I'm not saying that it's the easiest thing to do, but it's one of those things that you really have to put some sort of focus and attention on, because if environmental factors are out of whack, then you're just not gonna have a good training session. And to me, it's like, what is the point in going into the gym if you're not gonna, properly progress, through, resistance training, progressive overload. You're just gonna go in there and kind of go through the motions. So really get that under control, whether that's your sleep, stress, support system, the kind of gym atmosphere you're around, nutrition, training, all that stuff when it comes to environmental factors.
Dang, big brother, mic drop. He got it all down. I can't really add anything to it. Besides, I told him to mention 2 resources. This guy didn't mention them.
Darn it.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that later. I'm gonna do this too, maybe. Okay, so 2 resources you should look up when talking about this first secret we're talking about with environmental factors, right? The first one is there's this really good paper by John Keeley, and it's titled Periodization Paradigms in the 21st Century, okay? Definitely look that one up on Google, okay? And then the second one is we have a really good article on our blog site called The Art of Being Flexible with Your Exercise or Your Training, Part 1. We talk all about these environmental factors and solutions to kind of go about it, okay? So 2 good resources for secret number 1. The second secret for flexible exercise that we like to do is pivot your weekly training when things aren't going accordingly to plan, okay? So what does that mean? It just basically means that there's going to be a time in the weeks that you're going to have a set program usually, right? Whether your coach programs you a periodized program, whether you're doing it yourself, but let's just use, for example, my programming, okay? So I train 4 days a week, 4 full body days, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday, okay? That's pretty much a structured program right there. There's a periodization, concept behind it, obviously. And it's an 8 to 12 week program. Now let's say that something comes up in my life to where it's like I can't train on Monday or I can't train on Wednesday, right? So I have to pivot that and I have to go accordingly and adjust to it, right? So maybe I have to do Monday's workout on Tuesday's workout. Maybe I have to, or on Tuesday. Maybe I have to do Wednesday's workout on Thursday. So you have a week to really get all your training volume in. That's really the most important thing. So whatever, how many ever exercises you're doing, how many sets you're doing, how many reps you're doing, that's your total volume right there for the week. That's what matters the most to get that in the scope of a week, right? And that's what a lot of people don't understand. They freak out if they miss like Monday's workout or Wednesday's workout. But you have to pivot accordingly because sometimes shit hits the fan. Sometimes stuff happens in life to where you're not gonna be able to make it to the gym. So you have to pivot and be like, okay, well, I'm gonna do this workout on Friday, or maybe I'm gonna squeeze it in Thursday or something like that. So that's called pivoting your workouts to plan accordingly for your weekly training volume, okay? So there's a really good paper on this too out of the JSCR, Journal of Strength and Conditioning Research, right? It's a 2017 study and they compared powerlifters' performance using traditional and flexible DUP, daily undulating periodization, and they showed despite no major strength differences between the two, a flexible weekly training order may increase adherence. So that's a very, very good way right there to kind of support what I'm talking about, pivoting your weekly training, because in these groups right here, they showed that the group that had a more flexible approach with their training had more adherence to their overall training program. And we know, and we've sat here and sound like a broken record with this, that adherence and consistency is the most important underlying factor you're ever going to get within training and nutrition. So you have to sit there and be adherent to it.
And I think it goes back to the same concept that Eric Helms talks about within his, muscle and strength pyramids, is just using, realistic, enjoyable, and flexible, right? That's just the same thing as, pivoting within your exercise programs. So great point by Chris here. He even broke out the research. Holy crap, he's one step ahead of me.
Give out that evidence, man.
Hey guys, thanks so much for watching the video. So if you guys want access to the New Era Fitness book, click on the link below. Thank you guys so much for your guys' support.